Good evening, everybody.
Oh, I didn't even know you were
Yep,
starting.
I just started. Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to Chinwag number 112. It's our weekly reseller type chat with myself, Zaheer, and Beck. We are starting a little bit later than usual, but we've been like a little bit, rushed. It's always a bit of a rush on a Friday, to be honest.
It is.
Hence why we changed the time from when originally I think we used to start at 7 o'clock and we've pushed it forward to 8:30, but it's still a bit of a rush. And we were just busy. We were just finished eating dinner, which by the way was a lovely sirloin steak.
With salad.
With salad, yeah, with salad.
Don't forget the salad bit.
No, I'm not forgetting the salad bit, but the important bit was the proteins and the low carbs in the old sirloin. And I had to quickly take Alf out for a walk because he hadn't been walked for his second walk of the day. He'd had his daytime walk, but he was getting a bit grouchy. And I'm glad.
He does get a bit grouchy.
Yeah. And I'm kind of glad that we took it. He starts mouthing and stuff. He's all right though. But let's go into the chat and say a few highs. We've got Self-Employed Dreamer says hello.
Hello.
Jason Entwistle, hi there, Jason. This is very personal. Skit says hi, guys. MM Antiques, Mr. Chiching, Diane, George Ross, hi George, Amy FF, Paul Calvert, Shazad is in the chat. Hi Shazad, Stephen Bennett. Hope everyone had a great Christmas, says George. Yep, hope everyone did. It's not everybody's favourite cup of tea. It's not everyone's cup of tea, is it? Favourite cup of... It's not even a saying, is it? It's not everyone's favourite cup of tea, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but,
But still, hope everyone did, yeah.
Everyone did. Whatever they did.
Yeah, baby, 9th in, love it, says Ryan. Hi, Karen. Hi, Shop Windows.
Hi.
Catherine McConnell, Laura, BCP, Joel Mebara, Vicky Bluebird. And DBG asks, what feckin' day is it? That's not a swear word, so I can say it.
Yeah. It's Friday.
Kim, is it Friday? I think it is Friday.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
well, you know it's Friday. Yeah. Do you want to tell them how it went today?
Yesterday. Yesterday was awful.
Okay, we're going to have a new segment, which is going to be called Beck's Work Report. Well, I've just decided we're going to do this. Hey Alf, how are you?
There we go.
So Beck is gonna share with you quickly a little précis. We don't need the gory details.
No, I'm not going to go into massive details. We
basically a work update.
Yeah, so work went back to work yesterday. So we all went back to yesterday, and the surgery was closed for 2 days. Okay, you'd think we were closed for a week. That's how busy it was.
People acted as if... Yeah,
it was unbelievable. I'm not going to go into massive details, but it was just so busy. And you would have hoped that people were still out there visiting their families and, doing all happy Christmas stuff.
To be fair, we see this... You see this, everyone has seen this. Even the supermarkets get incredibly busy. Everything gets busy because... everyone panics over
it was really strange though, because Christmas Eve was very, very quiet at work. Very quiet, to the point that I was like, oh my goodness, it's it was just we had an initial rush in the morning, but yesterday was horrible. And then today was a lot better. It seemed like everyone called in yesterday, and then today again it was very quiet, and it was only people really who really did need to be seen, really, which is in terms of how you're finding it with wanting to obviously work at home and not being able to, how's that feeling at the moment? What's that? Sorry. I just completely
what?
I didn't listen.
Why did you say I said in terms of wanting to be back at home, how's the battle going? Do you want to share with me? I obviously know. I'm asking for effect because we're professional. So I know the answer already.
It's incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
But at the moment I'm trying to just keep telling myself, this is a for now thing, we need this right now, and hopefully in a few months it won't be the case and things will be a lot different and our business will look a lot different. So that's what I'm trying to tell myself. It works most days, it didn't work so much yesterday.
No.
But hey,
yeah.
there's the update.
Shazad says, looking smarty. It may be because I've shaved. And Paul says, can we talk about how we all keep going in January when sales drop after Christmas? We can talk about sales because it's not always the case for everybody. Question, why do we have a potato on the shelf? I don't know what you mean. I hope
you're not referring to Mr. Tat, because Mr. Tat is not a potato.
Yeah, you might be talking about Mr. Tat. And Karen says, I put on £2 last week. Got to love all the Christmas chocolate. Still got Cheese Mountain to get through before back to healthy eating. Yeah, we had a blue cheese sauce on our steak. We do try to limit, because cheese is okay because it's low in carbs, but it's high in calories.
With the calories
exactly.
Side of it, so we do have to still be careful with that sort of stuff.
So. Bad Biscuit says, yo host. Hello Lex, how are you?
Lex.
Sam Kinnison says, hello peeps, hi there.
Hello.
Claire Riley, Stu Mandarin, in case I haven't said. Fritz says, hello my reseller friends, glad to meet you here again. Thank you for popping in, Fritz, appreciate it. 2 in the bush is worth a cup of tea. Yeah, that could be a saying. And George says, the CRT I sold to PewDiePie can be seen in one of his videos now.
Oh, that's so cool.
That is,
we're going to have to try
that has to be one of the coolest things. Selling
really
something
cool
to PewDiePie is
Absolutely.
So cool. Ryan says, question, what was Christmas Day like? Sharing the living room with stock. Did Bex enjoy?
We weren't at home for Christmas.
No.
We went to see family, so we weren't actually here.
Yeah, we did a marathon 10 hours odd plus driving within a 24-hour period. Or to clarify, I did a marathon 10 hours plus driving in a 24-hour period.
I'm not confident driving.
No, it's fine. I'm fine with it. I wasn't saying it as a dig.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, I'm explaining the situation.
Okay.
Like, because I'm not confident with the driving, and I'm really, really not confident on a motorway. I can just about manage around town when I'm pushed to do it. And that's about it. So so driving on a motorway is just not going to happen.
But yeah, we decided to visit family in the south, so went to see Beck's family for the day. It was really nice. It was well worth the effort. We have spent Christmas up here before, and it was fine, don't get me wrong, but obviously before we moved up north, we did always used to go to Beck's parents for Christmas Day. So kind of it felt right in a way.
Yeah. So I mean, we used to try and do it like every other year.
Yeah.
When we were down south, so we would have like 1 year at home and then 1 year at my parents, but it's been like, since we've been up here, we haven't been down at all at Christmas, so it just felt like we should do it. And Ryan says, I have mild man flu, what am I going to do? I don't know what you're going to do, Ryan. I saw your Instagram story earlier. You look like you're prepared with plenty of meds. And the pharmacy was closed for 2 days, says Shazad, and on Thursday it was incredibly busy. One day. I know.
Yeah, one day, and it's just there, isn't it? Gone are the days of chomping on a bar of cheese, says Ryan. Yep. And Sam Kinson says, greetings from the other side of the pond. What is better than a blue cheese encrusted filet mignon? Not much, but unfortunately we had sirloin. We're not at filet mignon levels yet. No. We have to work our way up.
But also we've been having like those like little thin steaks.
The minute steaks as well. Yeah, those are good. Okay. Those are good. How's Peter's box doing? ZR's power reselling. I'm not sure what you mean by that now. Peter's box. What is? I'm confused. Remind me, I might have completely forgotten. Ryan says, Honda CRV always there when you need her. What a girl. You know what? That car is a beast. It just keeps going. It's a beast.
We're going to be so upset when we have to replace that car.
May have to get another. Might have to stock up on them and keep them. Right? Because they're cheap. But these, they're bulletproof.
They just keep going. I mean, obviously we've had to do some like bits and pieces and like to keep it going, but it's just
Karen says, not working at the moment, back to it on the 7th of January, but very busy that first week, so probably wouldn't be sourcing or listing much then either. And Steve says, hi Bex, I'm in a pub trying to be good. That's gonna work out perfectly for you, Steve. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
Where better to be that
that will work out really well.
Yes, definitely. I'm sure. I have confidence. And Peter Cummins, Peter says, I've been sourcing up the Pearly Way today. Oh my goodness. You know what? Going to Pearly Way is just bad on any day. Let alone I imagine the queue to IKEA was even worse than usual. Like, for some reason, people think IKEA in Pearly Way is like amazing. Your sister used to drive from Slough.
Yeah, but that was the nearest one, though.
It doesn't matter. But that's a good reason not to go, because then you can be like, oh, it's miles away. It's only IKEA. I'm not going. She used to drive across London.
Our nearest one now is in Manchester.
Oh, that's such a shame. It means we can't go.
Yeah, we just don't go.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, I'd rather.
Yeah, but I don't like IKEA that much that I'll drive to it.
I can't. I don't understand. You know what? The furniture's good. We've got IKEA furniture. We're actually using an IKEA table here. So I've got nothing against IKEA's quality or their products. I just don't understand how it's become like a shopping destination where people go to spend like the day. You know, like, I just don't get driving. Like, I can understand if it's close and it's okay, but when it says, Pearly Way IKEA was a nightmare, wasn't it? It used to cause traffic in the whole area.
Yeah,
anyway.
You always used to try and take me through the shortcuts.
Yeah, because I hated it. Right. So that was okay. I'm being really got something to do tomorrow and don't want to be hungover. So Steve. Okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honda will never die.
Oh, it was Siv K's box.
Oh, Sib's box. Yeah, it's still there.
It's still going.
It's still there. We've got it.
Is it full, actually?
It's stuffed to the brim. Sib's box is completely stuffed.
It is.
Yeah. Is your car like Trigger's broom? Says Pierre Cummins. You know what? Honestly, it is amazing. Our car. IKEA deliver. I never understand why people go to them. Says Ryan. And Power Reselling says, I'm like 40 subs from 1,000 now. So grateful. You're smashing it too, Peter. Oh, fantastic,
really
Corey.
good.
That's excellent. IKEA Croydon is probably closest for me. I go to the one in Thurrock, but rarely go. IKEA's amazing. Love it, says Dave. Yeah, I don't know if that's true. I go to IKEA for the breakfast. I can understand that, going for the breakfast.
Yeah.
It's by the entrance and exit. Long live Sib K, gone but never forgotten. Very funny. Right. So okay, let's talk about some.
Let's go.
We'll touch on actually the comment earlier about
sales.
Talking about sales maybe. You know, like in terms of now that the Christmas rush is over. So I think that let me see if I can find that question.
It's just up the top. There
Is
we
it?
go.
Where is it?
Paul Calvert.
Oh, Paul Calvert. Yeah, Paul Calvert asked a question. Yeah, like, can we talk about how we're all going to keep going in January when sales drop after Christmas? If you mean in terms of motivation, then I don't think it's any different to any other time of year that you may suffer slow sales. But it also depends on what your business is like. Like for us, we don't notice if anything, we got like a drop in the run up to Q4. You know, like in October,
we don't
November.
Sell like Christmassy items. We tend to have a bit of a slow December. Yeah. Really.
Yeah.
Don't we? So,
October, November was a bit slow. December got better, but it still wasn't like Q4 for us. It's
it's when people start buying for themselves again that's when we start noticing our sales kind of improve.
Yeah.
Like our January last year was actually better than our December, wasn't it?
Yeah, it always is. We tend to see a rise in our sales between January and like April, May. That tends to be, that period was really good for us last year, and again it started to pick up for us now. I'm guessing it started to pick up now simply because people are buying for themselves, because we're starting to sell a lot more stuff now. We've actually had 12 orders today, which is really nice. We would have had an incredible week.
Yeah, we've had some really frustrating non-payers.
Yeah, we've had two in particular,
and they've been quite high value, really, haven't they? So that's been a bit frustrating.
Yeah, so we could have had a really good week, but it still was a good week, but it could have been an incredibly good week.
There are also people that have, like, you've sent messages, they haven't responded, so we've ended up having to open up a case, and one of them messaged you after the case was opened and was like, close the case, I don't want it. And it's like, well, we can't do anything now, so you're gonna have to, you know, wait until it ends by itself. So that's a bit frustrating, because had they replied to the message, we could have actually, you know, dealt with it there and then, like, you know, cancelled the sale and then had it relisted before, like, now we have to wait to relist the item, which is just frustrating.
It takes I don't like the fact that as a seller you get you know, you have to wait like a week basically. So if a buyer decides they just don't want the item, and the frustrating part is, especially when you contact someone to give them a chance to cancel and they just don't respond, you open the case and then we got this shirty message, I don't want it, close the case. And you know, it was incredibly rude. I'm not sure whether English was the person's first language, although it's possible it wasn't, because they were in Puerto Rico, but still, I just feel that was a rude message. It was very rudely, it was composed in a very brusque fashion. I didn't like it. And you know, I obviously, the case, once it's opened, you can't close it. And also, why would I want to close it? You've bought something and you've got no intention of actually following through. You've ignored the screen that pops up, which eBay has, which tells you that pressing the buy it now button is like a commitment to buy. You've ignored that, so therefore you should have some kind of a ding on your account.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it's funny how they just realise otherwise, you know. And then we've had this boat, it's like a 500 odd pound boat. Some guy in Finland bought it, and again, nothing. So I can't see that getting paid for. So very frustrating. So between the two sales, we're talking about £700-800. About that. Yeah, 539 plus 160. So like nearly £700 of sales. It was very frustrating. However, even despite that, we still had a good week, and I think I'm trying not to kind of curse us, but touch wood, we're going to hopefully see a more consistent sales going forward, because people are now buying for themselves. They're buying the parts that we're selling. So we feel pretty good about that. Andy Robinson in the chat says, please can you give a shout out for Steve Green's channel, inspired by Nick and Andrea's success. We're trying to get him to 20,000 subs before hell freezes over. He would need a shout out from many people to get to 20,000. No offense, Steve, but we don't have the viewer base to
But you should still go and check out his channel.
Yeah, but you still check out his channel. Peter Ray, hi Peter. Libel says, good evening everybody. Had a fruit only day today, and after all that good food, I feel looking like Buddha every time I smile. Right, Siraj, no, I've not sold any drones to anyone near Gatwick.
No.
We did actually sell a little drone today, but it was a tiny little drone, like that big. So it's not gonna be an issue. And Karen says, I found last year January is busier than Q4, but February is my quiet month. See, exactly. Everyone has. It depends very much on your inventory.
It really does.
There really isn't a one size.
It really does. There's not like
it's not just like not everyone is on the same. Not everyone is in the same scenario. Like
it depends. Completely on your stock.
Yeah. Exactly. It really does. Just because we're all on eBay, it doesn't mean that because the person over there is doing well that you're going to do well. It's just not going to be like that. You might find that people are saying that sales are terrible and your sales might be great, or vice versa.
Yes.
And Rob Krillin has super chatted $2. Really do appreciate it, Rob.
Thank you.
IKEA is trash. I agree. In the EU, are there stores like Macy's too? Yes, they are. Complete and utter nightmares.
Feels like it takes forever just to get round them, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're designed to be like that, aren't they? They're completely designed to be like that. Horrible places, in my opinion. Ryan says, show us the shockwave behind you, man. These chats are not the same without RC related content. We're selling a lot more RC things.
We are.
It's good fun, actually. But yeah, it's just a boat. It's just a boat. You don't need to see that. It's just like, I've gutted the boat. There's nothing in there. It's just the hull. I'm going to sell the hull for about £100, and then I'm going to sell the electrics separately. That's what I'm doing. Right. Southwest Sellers, hi there. Southwest Sellers says, good evening, Bex, Alfie's in chat, and then says, see no difference with after Christmas sales. Do not sell Christmas items. Sold 4 items so far today, 2 wooden boxes, some tea plates, and a gold crucifix. Exactly. Yeah. Completely depends on your stock. Completely.
It does.
It's far too easy to get. This is the thing where it's really good when you see what other people are doing, but it's really important to bear in mind the differences between what you're doing and what someone else is doing, because what you're doing is, unless you're absolutely copying someone else like down to the penny, you can't.
It's gonna vary.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna vary.
Exactly. Shazad says, I'm currently 7% down over his 30 days at a whopping 42 grand, but the last 3 days have really picked up. That is good news. And this is very personal. Skit says, I only had one slow week just before Christmas, but back up now, done 300 today. Happy days. Exactly. Making money like that, that's fantastic. Right. It's not for someone that likes to just go get what they want and out again. The knickknacks are my downfall. Very true, Karen. IKEA is not designed to nip in and out. And Libel says, I'm quite proud of myself. I have exceeded my goal of £70 worth in sales by £28, and I found some good stuff recently. Fantastic. Baxi, a question for you, Zaheer. How do you list an item that is not tested and maybe not working and you can't test it? How to list those? Baxi, the answer is just to be honest about it. If you can't test something, just make sure you list it as for parts not working, and then explain that it's untested. Just say it's untested.
That's why you're listing it that way.
Give the best description of the item's physical appearance as possible. Take as many photos from as many angles as possible, and make it crystal clear in your description box that you've not tested it, you're unable to test it, hence it's being sold for spares or repair only. It will unfortunately mean you won't obviously get the maximum money for the item, but that's just because it is just because that's the way it is. If you can't tell someone that something's working, you can't expect them to pay full whack for something. That's what I would say. Right. Okay, wow, the chat is really keep the case, give them an item not paid case. Yeah, get them. Yeah, that's for the non-payers. Don't sub, he's mean, says DPG. Oh gosh, Steve's not mean. Right. I miss the old electronics chat, says Paul Calvert. Yeah, I've just not been selling any electronics really.
It's a shame really, because it's stuff that you do like selling, but
I do, but
it's the testing
it's very,
you have to have a lot of time.
I think when you start out on your reselling journey, you'll find that you'll go through lots and lots of different phases. There will be points at which you will only want to sell items that you love because that's what you're passionate about, and then you might change it and go into other items. And you might find that you love something else. I mean, like, personally, my RC infatuation is down to the fact that I do love messing around with RC cars. You can ask Beck. I'm always messing around and changing things on them or working on them. But at the same time, we found that they're so much easier to deal with. I don't have to often worry about, making Frankenboxes or using tons of cardboard and wrapping a 30 kilo amp and this, that, the other. It's you learn what you like and what you don't like so much. And I love selling hi-fi, I really do. But at the same time, you've got to look at what, the pros and cons, I suppose. Pros and cons it comes down to, and I think overall we're really happy with what we're selling. I mean, it doesn't mean we won't sell hi-fi, does it? I mean, if we come across it, I mean, we still sell big hefty items. I mean, that knitting machine we sold.
Yeah, I don't think it's that we won't sell that sort of stuff again. We probably will at some point. It's all about getting back out there and start looking for stock again. And really, also the other thing is
again, it comes down to storage space as well. You can't store, and this is from my personal experience, this may not be true for someone else, but for me personally, from what I've seen, we couldn't store nearly as much hi-fi as we can RC. So when we had a lot of hi-fi, our store was only around the 300 to 500 items, and we were stuffed, weren't we? Like, speakers are huge, amps are huge, plus you've got to make sure when you're storing them and stacking them, you're not damaging the cases, things like that. They take up a lot of space. They really do. So you've got to bear that in mind as well. So if you're doing a lot of hi-fi, it's going to take up a lot of real estate, especially if you're doing things like amplifiers and CD players and separate units and speakers. Some things with extremely good value, but they take up a lot of room. Now we can store a lot more items in a smaller space, and also they just it just seems to work, and I'm into it at the moment. Who knows in the future, right? So that's what I would say. I can chat about electronics. We're planning to soon, says Dave. Cool. All right. Hi everyone, I have lots and lots of questions about tax. Can you help? Very funny, John Paul Dilbert. No, this isn't the chat for that. Nothing the week before Christmas. Now 4 sales of £50 each today, says Thrifty Trooper. Cool. Peter Ray, question. Last Chinwag of 2018. What plans or ideas, or what would you like to achieve in 2019? Personally, professionally, Bex first, please and thank you. Thanks for the question, Ryan.
For me, I'm hoping to have built the business to a point where I can come away from my job. That would be a good thing if I can do that this year. We're not going to rush into it. We've got plans of how we want to go about doing it. So that is probably like number one plan this year, really.
Yeah, I'd say that's for both of us, to be honest, isn't it? I think we're both aiming for that, is to
get us both back into it. I've been working on the second store, haven't I?
Yeah.
I'm still yet to get my first sale on it though, which I'm not frustrated about. And I know it takes a lot of work, but I'm kind of getting like the activity going with it. I'm on about 55 listings now, I think, on that store. And
also I feel that the way we're going to hopefully achieve it is by really working on other income streams such as Amazon as well, because I think that's the one thing that's always held us back. We've never given other the reason why we're comfortable now is because the job is another income stream.
This is what we were talking about the other day, because it was like we were sitting there and we were like, if we want it bad enough, then we'll put the work in, because my main concern is coming back on board and not performing again like we should have been performing, but also we need to look at and not relying solely on eBay, because we all know like it can be so up and down, so it's making sure that we're protected in a different way and making sure that we have other incomes coming in, so that we're not just relying solely on eBay, because when it does kind of have its dips, we need to know that we can actually handle those dips because we've got other income backing us up, because that's personally what we've got right now, and it's been a real big stress relief, and that's probably why we think the way we do now, and feel the way we do, because it was hard this year. I'm not going to lie about it. Our confidence and in our business and our focus just wasn't there, and we really took a knock for it this year, and our confidence was knocked with our business. We just thought, what were we thinking? What on earth did we get into? And to come back from that and actually go, what we're doing is good. We've analysed what we did wrong, and it's now about fixing it and putting those changes in before we kind of go back to how we were before. So that's...
Yeah. And to be honest, I think that is our joint goal, really, isn't it? This year is to make sure that we're thinking of as many ways of bringing in income, even if that meant doing maybe like a weekly sale at a market store or a car boot or something. I don't know. We're gonna obviously think about these things, but Amazon definitely we need to, because when we do Amazon, it does actually pay off, and it's just stupid that we don't consistently do it as much as we should. Oh, there goes Shazad again, putting lies out. My sales are directly affected by Z not happy.
Don't believe you.
I am not Shazad's RC hookup. I buy from Z and then sell back. Thanks. Yes. Thanks. Oh gosh. Right. Thrifty Trooper says, I got a return on Christmas Day for an £80 item. They had it for 2.5 weeks and opened a return on Christmas Day.
We won't reach your last part.
Yeah, that wasn't very festive of them, was it, Thrifty Trooper?
That wasn't.
Ryan, look at that question.
Ryan,
I'm not even reading that
not
question.
Even reading that.
Yeah, he's pushing. Zaheer Bex, can you tell us one of your New Year's goals, like losing weight for Zaheer? You know what? Actually, I'm wearing my present.
Yeah.
Beck got me this. It's a Fitbit Ionic. So I'm able to keep track.
You had a nice little conversation with the guy at the post office the other day.
Yes,
didn't you?
yes, I did. Yeah, he asked me what I got, and I was like, well, the wife got me a Fitbit. I'm not sure what she's trying to insinuate.
And he said, well, that's a bit of a big hint then.
Yeah. So definitely. One thing I'll say, and we've been talking about this a lot, and I'm deadly keen on this. This is so important because I can't get across to you guys. It's not necessarily like when we're doing this diet thing, my initial thing was just about losing the weight because I am overweight by a good few stone. I'd like to be around 13 stone. When I started, I was like 17 stone. We've only been doing this now for about probably a week and a half or something, so really early days. I have dropped a little bit of weight, but the main thing that I would say that's come out of all of this though is how I feel, and we are just feeling so much more like consistent. Like we have a much more consistent level of energy. And that is so important because it just means you can do a lot more and you don't get like you're just gonna be more productive out of it. I think I really do feel it's gonna mean that we're gonna be a lot more productive, get more work done, just be more. I think we're gonna feel better as well, more positive. I think I'm feeling generally a lot peppier and happier. Just through these changes. So definitely it's a goal of mine to continue with this, and I'm enjoying it. And of course there's going to be some cheat days here and there, but overall I'm completely just loving how I'm feeling. Like I don't know how you're feeling with all this at the moment.
Pretty much the same.
Yeah. I'm literally like can't tell you how happy I am feeling like this. It's just it's an amazing effect. Like that cliched saying, you are what you eat and all that. Wow, what you take into your body has such an impact on how you feel. Just completely. If you Photoshop remove the dog, would look dodgy, says Dave. Okay. Love the snoring dog effect.
He is a bit of a snorer.
Okay. Right. Question. Oh gosh, it just jumped. Ryan, question: what was the lowest point of 2018 for you and the best moment for you? Glad I've been there for another year to watch your ups and downs. Been a joy to be a part of the grind you're on. well, the low point has to be
me going back to work.
The realization when we were so stressed about like basically making rent, taking too much money out of the business, which was leaving us with cash flow issues in terms of reinvesting in stock. That point, when we realized we'd pushed it too far. We did manage for a good while, but we just didn't quite enough, and that was a definite low point. High point for me has got to be doing the marathon. I think walking, because as a personal achievement, if nothing else, it's just, we walked a marathon. It was impressive, and then we drove back up north as well. So
we did
that was, and all for a good cause. Being part of the charity events like the auction event that was held with Tom and Nick, and just generally just that stuff was probably the highlights for me.
I'd agree.
You'd agree?
Yeah.
There we go. Right. John Paul says, I have a full-time job, sell on eBay and Amazon. I reinvest $1,000 a month back into the business to grow it, but I have no idea what I'm doing. Sounds like you've got a good idea.
That sounds like you've got a good thing going on there.
Yeah. Right. Gosh. Just going down the chat. Didn't know Razer did Fitbit, says Dave. It's not. It's a Fitbit. I don't think it's a Fitbit. I think it's a tracking device. It does track a lot of stuff.
It does.
Yeah. I don't put weight on, but I did used to run a half marathon when I was younger. Wow, that's amazing. Barry Francis says, I lost 3 pounds last week. I really need to sew up that hole in my pocket. Thank you. I noticed you were happier for whatever reason, says Ryan. I want to be a member of the Fitbit Club, but my husband mucked up, but can't be mad as he tried. Paul Garver, I want to put on weight. Z, can you send me some of your choice bickies? You know what, Paul? With me, it wasn't biscuits. It was just a lot of Snickers bars, Topic bars, a lot of Coca-Cola. You got to drink like 2 liters of Coca-Cola, and then just eat burgers and kebabs and KFC, and you will pile on the pounds, and probably block up one of your ventricles in the process. Right. Libel says, I have decided changing the foodie side of my life to my religion, which is Lutheran Protestant. That means I can't eat meat on Wednesdays and Fridays. My carbs I take for breakfast. Interesting. You will need to take a multivitamin if you are removing carbs from your diet, says Shazad. Well, I've got plenty of those now, haven't I, Shazad? Thank you. I've got like a year's supply from Shazad. Baxi says, and also if you lose some weight, it affects your mood too, and also makes you more active. I know, because I was 32 stones in 2014, and now I'm 14 stones. So if I did it, you can do. Baxi, wow. That is an insane amount of weight loss.
That is.
And this is personal skit says, I ran a marathon in 1 no way. No way. Ran a marathon in 1 hour 25. Come off it. Self-employed dreamer says, I got a Fitbit for Christmas. Can I join the club, Ryan? Zaheer, my high point of the streams was you getting caught sleeping on the sofa by your daughter, lol. That picture, man, get it on stream, show the guys. I don't even know where that picture is.
Actually,
do you have it?
Yeah, I put it on Instagram.
Did you? Yeah. Oh gosh.
Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah. Okay. While you're finding it, I'll carry reading. Sorry, Ryan. Highlight is cramp live stream. Oh yes, wait. It was a half marathon. Says this is personal skits. Well, that's pretty amazing.
Oh, I can't make it any bigger.
Yeah.
I can't make it any bigger. But
can you send this to me on the like you can send it to share it. There you go. Okay, so if you send it to me,
yeah,
and then I don't know if I'll get it now. I'm not sure how I'll get it, but anyway, can you not email it to me? Hold on, give it here and I'll email it to me, and then I can show it on the screen. Then it'll be better that way.
I don't know if I can email it.
No? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Is it on your phone?
No, it's not on my phone anymore.
Oh, okay. Okay, share. email. There you go. You can email it too. See, you can email it. There you go. Right, there we go. Okay, so I should now receive it in email. Okay, this photo is quite funny actually. So let me just have a look. Yeah. Okay. This is the photo. Oh god. This is so stupid. We're
gonna have to see if we can do this.
Yeah, no. Oh, well, you can show it like this, can't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you on the right screen though?
Yeah. I can share. I can share it. No worries. Let me just see. Let me just see what it looks like. Yeah, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It. Okay, guys. Yeah, this is the photo that Ryan's talking about.
Okay.
This. Let me just let me just go to it. There we go, guys. My daughter decided to take a selfie with me. I don't know if you can see that, okay, but it's actually quite fun. It looks like I'm dead.
No.
Oh gosh.
It was the phone on the chest.
Yeah, the phone on the chest.
Though.
My hair's
just
just all on one side. And yes, I was just fast asleep, and my daughter decided to take a selfie.
Yeah. So there you go.
Oh gosh. Okay. Libel says, you do look a little slimmer in the face, which is interesting because when I lose weight, my shoes usually get too big and in face till I start losing rings, says Libel. Okay. Paul Calvert says, I've been 8 to 9 stone for 25 years. Wow. And Hugh says, Zaheer, for helping with weight loss, try stevia instead of sugar. We're using stevia actually.
We've actually changed
we want
to
get the liquid, but we're currently just using like the kind of the less good version.
Yeah.
Which is like the powdery, sugary stuff, but it's super light. Libel says, when I worked for the army, I sent a mail to my colleague via the intranet saying, gosh, it all clicked all users. Using my Undertaker WWE. Very funny. Love the way you're clutching your Razor phone. Does Bex get that attention? Oh gosh, Z, looks like you're laid out. I know. I must have been very. See, that's the thing. I used to get tired like that.
Yeah, there used to be dips in energy.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
So I don't think we have that issue now. Mankind hair. You can use that picture and use it to put people off Coke, saying drink Coke, this will happen to you. Completely true. Absolutely. Completely true. I don't think we've had any napping issues now.
No.
I think we've been pretty good. And Paul says, my secret is to eat little and eat often. Hermacetas, says Shazad. Is that something else that you sell?
Oh.
Yeah. We're using stevia. I don't know if Hermacetas is better or not. But still, it's just, it's something. Oh, Alf's sneezing there.
Oh dear.
No, a few sneezes going on. I hope he's okay. I don't know what his issue is.
I don't know.
Poor guy. Okay. Karen says, have you found since diet improved, you've got more structure to your day work-wise? Overall, yes. Overall, I feel that a lot of things have improved. Just how I feel, a lot of things have improved. We both have noticed we're not getting those dips. To the extent, right? Well, like we are eating very much as a low carb.
What have you eaten?
Oh, is he okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we are eating as low carb a diet as we can. So this morning, for example, we had poached eggs, things like that. I've got the coolest egg poacher ever.
We're not like trying to have like no carbs completely.
No.
We're just kind of limiting.
Yeah.
Like we've cut certain things out, haven't we?
But I've noticed that say for example, like we're still eating very few carbs, but today for lunch I decided to have I decided to be a bit naughty and have a little bowl of cinnamon chip cereal, like like cinnamon grahams. So it's a sugary cereal. And I had that for lunch and I was okay. And then later on in the afternoon, when I was walking out, I literally felt the sugar rush run, like not the rush, but the low. I actually felt the low. That it's like, and before I think I was probably almost immune to, well, not immune, but I was getting those as standard, and I felt that was normal. So the ups and downs, getting tired, getting dizzy, I felt that was like normal, right? And it's not normal at all. It's abnormal, and it really felt pronounced today. And that's because I had like a cheat, like lunch, and that's probably the only carbs I've eaten all day. So and you know what? If you actually look at the side of a cereal box, it's like 40 grams serving of cereal, and it was like 27 grams of carbohydrate in it. Now, I don't know if you've ever poured out 40 grams of cereal. If you haven't, you should try it. And I guarantee you probably put in about 3 times as much cereal into your bowl as opposed to the 40 gram serving. I mean, who the hell has a 40 gram serving of cereal? I mean, it's just stupid. Honestly, it's the most dumb thing I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, and I felt that. So definitely I've noticed since being like this, it's just been crazy. Go keto, Z, says Lex. I wouldn't mind, but I'm not. We're not aiming for it. No. We're not like, I'm not like testing myself with pea strips or anything. I'm just not doing that. We're not. I say we're not counting carbs. We're not, but we do look at how many carbs are in something.
Yeah, we are.
And we'll be like, oh, that's a lot.
Aware of
yeah.
It.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh wow. The South Sea Picker, very generous of you. South Sea Picker has super chatted £5. All the best from Portsmouth. That is so generous and kind of you, South Sea Picker. Really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have you thought of strategies for when Bex gets back full-time in business, of ways to stop distracting each other? Yes, we have. We feel, the honest truth is, I think when Beck comes back, we are probably going to be working out of a more specific workspace rather than home. Yeah, I think that's going to be
we haven't decided what that's going to be yet.
Yeah, but we're probably going to be looking at either a storage unit with a storage unit, because you can work out of a storage unit nowadays with mobile Wi-Fi hotspots. A storage unit or a small office or something. We are seriously considering that route, because working at home with the both of us is just, it's difficult. It's very.
I think what we would like to do is try and create like a workspace where we know, right, when we leave the house, you leave all the distractions of the house at home and you're out, kind of like you're out at your job.
You don't, whereas whenever you're at home, you've constantly got chores on the mind. And I think you do struggle with that. It's and I think it would just help us a lot to do it that way. So that's one of the ways we're going to do it, and we have thought of a few others which we get into the closer we get to it. At the moment, our focus is very much building. We're building up some money on the side as well, because that's the other thing. I think you need to have a cushion as well. I think that's one of the things that could have seen us through is when you're completely reliant for all of your bills on the income you create. It's prudent to have like backup money, which we didn't have, and I think that causes unnecessary stress because you need to have that. So we're building that up as well. So we're doing a number of different things. Again, it's diversifying as much as possible, as well as building other income streams. So when she comes back, we're not just going to have an eBay income. We're going to have other incomes. We're going to have some kind of a padded cash cushion as well. We're going to be working in a more professional environment. All these things, it sounds very grand, but these are our plans for 2019, and we're going to do our best to achieve them. So that's it. Have you my god, someone has money, says Dave. Cinnamon chips, naughty you. Sue Erin says hi. Thrifty Trooper says, all this food talk is making me crave a Boost and a Big Mac. And Rakshaz says, should eat lots of carbs and protein and high fats, good fats. A little bit of exercise here. Yep, definitely exercise is important.
That's what we've got to work on now. It's like the
exercise
as well.
We do walk the dog, but we need more exercise. But at the moment, I need to drop a lot of weight before I do it, because I think the marathon showed how much it impacted my legs and stuff, because my weight. 40 grams is cat servings. I know you should try just pour out 40 grams of cereal and have a laugh, because it is ridiculous. Anyway. Oh gosh. Bread makes me feel sluggish and yuck. Basically cut bread, cereal, sugar and cheese out my diet other than last week, says Karen. Yes, definitely. 40 gram is a fry like capful. Okay, if you're low on carbs and you suddenly carb, you will feel it, says Alicia B. Yep. Don't focus too much on the numbers of calories. Have life. I can appreciate that sentiment.
I can understand that, yeah.
Yep. I'm pre-gaming with a curly whirly and double decker. I like double deckers. I think when Beck comes back, you need to find a job for Z. Libel says, I think eating the carbs in the morning is okay as you burn them off during the day. Also, you shouldn't have a banana after about 2 o'clock. I need to ask my son again why not. He's my diet guru. Ryan says, you can say office rather than specific working place. Lol. Think big, dude. You can easily do this, my man. Well, that's what we mean. You know, giving up my storage unit now, too expensive at $173 a month. You know, there's lots of benefits to a specific working space, like an office or like a unit of some kind. You know, definitely. Some storage units have electric and heating. Even in the southeast, can get one with electricity and heating for $250 a month, including that. That's really good value, and definitely you get more work done that way. Says this is personal. I really do feel that by getting up every morning and going to work and not having this crap in the house would make us feel infinitely better. I think we've forgotten what it's like to have a home. And no matter how hard you try, like we've really tidied up in there, and then again when you're sorting and you're listing, it creeps back out, doesn't it?
Certain rooms of the house that are taken over by it.
Yeah.
That we could probably do with using for other things, really.
Yeah, I really do. And everyone I've spoken to that works out of a specific workspace, and I've spoken to quite a few people about this, a couple of people, and is it quite a few or a couple? I'd say I've spoken to a couple of people about this in depth, and every time I speak to them, it further emphasizes the importance of having a workspace that is designed for that. It's a more professional environment, and getting it out of your house, it's not for everyone. Some people are more than happy to work from home, but you've got to look at who you are as a person. Just like when we say you can't look at other people for your sales and things, everyone's business is different because everyone is different. Your business is a reflection of you as a person in a way, because it's going to be shaped by your decisions, and your decisions are going to be shaped by who you are. And oh Jesus, seriously?
I know, right?
I'm trying to really talk some deep stuff here that's meaningful to me, and you just let one rip like that.
That's the dog and not me, okay?
Okay. But yes, I really do feel every time I've spoken to someone that works in an office, they've always said their productivity has gone through the roof. They've gotten more work done, and also the way we are sourcing right now is not suitable for a house, right? I'm actually delaying going to get more stock because I've got some stock, and it's taken up all this room.
Yeah, because we can't.
I could easily go and buy more stock now, but I can't. Not because of any other reason other than space. We've run out of space. Unless we want to actually start putting boxes right into the front of the living room, which we don't. We do have limits. We do have, so that's it. Shazad says, excellent idea. Office will be amazing. You'll be able to focus a lot more. Definitely.
Yeah.
Tom says hi. Hi,
Hello,
Tom. Libel says, how about building a nice wooden shed? No, sheds and stuff is not happening. We're in a rented property. But also it still wouldn't do it for us. It's too close to the house.
Yeah, and there is a shed that we can use.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's it's not really suitable, is it?
Sean says, I live on my own, so nobody gets in my way when working, apart from the dog who follows me up and down the stairs. Yeah. But yes. Right. Oh, God. Right. Just going down the chat. Hi, Zaheer. Did you know when you refund someone, you don't get the working capital fee back? Very true, Martin Sheridan. When you refund someone, yes, that's great. If you've taken out a working capital and you're paying back, say, 20, 30 or 10% of every sale, if you sell something and they take the working capital and then you have to refund, you won't get that working capital back. Yes, you've got to be aware of that. But that's a good point that's a good thing to point out, though, Martin, because that could leave you tight. To avoid distracting Bex, Z could just stay in the shed all day, poke some bacon under the door at mealtime, says Stu. Thanks, Stu.
Oh, we got that sorted.
That's sorted then, eh? I had that problem myself. That's why I had to open a shop, and it's been 6 years now, says this is Personal Skits. Yeah. That's the other thing. We have even talked about possibly a storage space which could double as some kind of a retail space, simply so we can actually gain access to accounts that you will only be able to have if you have a retail space. So that's something we've talked about, but again, this is just pie in the sky right at this moment. So we have to talk about that. Any space will always be filled. It sounds good beforehand. It would be fine to fill a specifically designed space, but my lovely conservatory with the heated floor, which should really just have a comfy sofa and a wicked gaming setup, is currently filled with stuff I don't want it to be filled with.
Yeah.
So there are places for stuff, is what I'm getting at, and that's why I would have that. Peter Ray says, catch all you legends again soon. It's ta-ta for now. Later's all. Thanks for popping in, Peter. Wow, we've been going for nearly an hour, actually. Okay. Self-employed dreamer says, I rented an office with storage my first year and it was fantastic. It really got me motivated, but I couldn't take my dog, so I gave it up after a year. I rented a shipping container after that. So Libel says, Beck, let one rip. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was me.
Beck took her shoes off. Ryan.
What are you saying, Ryan?
Yeah. Oh my god, I thought you were talking to Beck. Z rents an office, goes to work in a suit and tie and a bowler hat with the Spider-Man plastic lunchbox. That would be so cool. That would be so cool. And now don't store much in the house, just photo and list at home with the dog. See, it just makes sense, definitely. Okay. Libel says, lol, that came across strange. Another one for the best of Z. Reseller publicly accuses his wife. Fine. Question, when you get an office, will you put suit and tie on or trackies? Lol, I want live videos in the office. You know what? I'm not sure I'd be stringent on my work attire.
No.
However, I feel that my general dressing is going to improve as I lose weight. Okay, when I was slimmer, I used to take a lot of care in my appearance, from my haircut down to clothes, everything. I used to take a lot of care in my appearance. Unfortunately, I was one of those people that as I put on weight, it just depressed me, and I think I've been living in a state of kind of constant depression that I've managed. I wouldn't say like I'm depressed, not like clinically or anything, but it completely killed my I just didn't feel I didn't want to buy clothes. It stopped me buying clothes. It stopped me even doing anything really, and Beck will completely agree to this. Yeah. Like when you met me when I was young, when I was slimmer anyway, I used to dress up. Yeah.
You cared a lot about
and then now I
appearance.
don't care. I mean, it reminds me of a joke about No, I'm not going to say
No,
that joke.
you're not gonna say that
But
joke.
like, I'm one, and everyone's different. Everyone's entitled to feel however they want to feel. But this is how I feel. It completely has killed my, and I feel worse for it. So my dressing will improve naturally. As my health improves, as I become slimmer and I feel better about myself, if I can get back down to like a 34-inch waist, I'd be happy. Not my 38 that I am now, but if it's 34, 32-inch waist, I will start dressing better. I know I will. All of those things will fall into place because I do like to wear nice clothes and dress up. I used to love that kind of stuff, but as I put on the weight, it just made me think, what's the point? It's kind of wrong attitude to have. So I'm not saying it's the right attitude, but it has affected me, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it affect you in the same way you think, or would you still?
I don't think it affects me in the same way.
No. I mean, you've never really put on a massive weight though.
No.
So. Whereas I have, I put on loads.
Only when I had the girls, really.
Yeah,
And
that's a good excuse, really, having children. Yeah. Whereas Anyway, well, that's my honest feelings about it. So I do think my clothing and my attire will improve, but I feel that it's going to happen naturally. Wow, there's a lot of chat coming in, guys. Really appreciate the interaction. Karen says, I have been looking at units myself this week. Want my home back. Exactly. We'll still list at home, but want it out of the flat. It's how we feel, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's clearly how we feel. It's just, if some people can cope, we can't. Simple as that.
We've reached a point where it's like, it's
I've been thinking of sledgehammering it.
No. Well, I'm not that bad.
Okay.
But I definitely
I'd love
had
to.
enough of seeing it.
If we didn't have to sell it.
I've definitely had enough of seeing it.
Okay. Southwest says, when I think of Z in a suit and bowler hat, why does Monty Python Ministry of Silly Walks come to mind? Oh gosh, I would imagine dog farts help you lose weight. Oh gosh, shit. Right. Oh gosh. Just scroll down. Watch that part again where you accuse her to let one rip. I knew it was the dog. Alicia B says, I have a conservatory full of stock as well. I want a room to look normal. Completely. Where you live is your home. Where you work should be your workplace. Mondog Millionaire says, I love RC cars. I would not be able to part with them. I would keep them all. If you haven't noticed,
you've had that struggle.
I've kept a bunch. Don't worry. I scratched that itch. I have a collection of RC cars now.
And then every so often he feels really guilty and he's like, oh, I might just sell this one.
But then I snap out of it and say...
then 2 days later it gets unlisted and it's not sold.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, I love RC cars too. Boats I'm not bothered about. I'll sell the boats all day long. But then I'm fancying a boat now as well. I'm not sure. My sales have been on fire last 2 days. Fantastic. Question, can you show us a picture of the early days of Z when £70 shirt was a thing? I used to buy all kinds of clothes, Ryan. Yeah. All kinds. I don't think I've got any photos of me like from really like on hand.
No.
When I was like a lot thinner.
No.
I don't think I have. I don't think I actually do. I'll have to find some.
No.
There are photos, but I think those are from the old days when we used to actually have photographs.
Yeah.
Do you remember, like actual photos? I'm not sure I'm gonna actually be able to find any.
No, I don't think we've got any.
No. Oh, that's a shame. Oh well. Okay. Well, we'll share some at some point though. Right. What other comments? I know what you mean, Zaheer. I used to be a size 8 and could eat my way out of lard, losing weight in the process. Then came the time I put on weight just through reading a recipe. I join you losing. Reselling kills self-awareness in terms of good appearance. Lots of hours on PC late nights. I'm analysing this very critically, says Polashek. It's just, you know what, it does, that's a very good point, Polashek. It's so easy to let yourself go. I remember when I worked at Harrods, I used to have to shave every day. I used to have to make sure my hair was cut. My hair is just a mess right now. It's just whatever it is, right? I used to wear a suit every day, and it makes you feel good. There's a reason why. There's a reason why when you work in a telesales firm. There's a reason why you still have to dress sharp, because you got to feel sharp. You can't just turn up. It's important. Tom says I'm a 40 waisty. Wowza. I need to get. If you're happy with it, then fine, but that's quite a lot. Sue says, let's all do weight loss together, have weigh-ins. That would be so cool. Right. Tom Sharp, you're 32, says Ryan. 40 waist, 28. Yeah, the waist needs to go down. I was a 30/32 when I met Beck. Bex will always be a fitty. Us guys, you got to keep in check as we get to 35. Oh gosh. When Z says dress up, I assume he doesn't mean Batman. Stu, you've got an amazing opinion of me. No, I mean as in I used to wear smart clothes. Smart clothes. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I'm 34 waist, 29 leg. Oh, I'm not going to read the last bit though, Ryan. Oh gosh. Oh wow, Libel. Thank you, Libel. Really appreciate it for the laugh. Thank you for the £2 super chat, Libel. Totally appreciate it. Very kind of you. Then blue boxes are kept full of items. He's hiding under. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are the blue boxes bigger on the inside? Asked Lex. Like TARDISes. Oh gosh. Oh, so funny. Oh gosh. Trouble with RC boats, you need to find a lake to use them on. With RC cars you can take them out the front of the house and run them up and down the streets, as Barry. True, but we've got some amazing lakes up here, Barry.
Yeah.
We've got a canal round the back.
River not so far as well,
we're good for water.
Yeah.
Okay. Does Harrods at least pay well, says Libel. It was on a commission basis, Libel. It wasn't good for the hours and the stress. I've got 34-inch jeans that are too big for me. You can have some, Z, says Paul. When I'm 34-inch waist, it'll be good. Then I will contact you for those. But at the moment, no. Wow, we have gone well over an hour. Wow, we talked a lot today.
Yeah.
Mostly about like health and weight. The storage topic was good though. The storage unit topic. I think that's so important. You're de-hairing, aren't you? Yeah. Okay. Well, we are going to be going out tomorrow, which we're really excited about. And we are going to get ready for that, I think.
Yeah. It's going to be good fun.
Yeah.
We're both really excited.
Who is that cute looking guy with a sunflower hat? That's Mr. Tat. That was made. I won that in the auction. Yeah. There we go. It's Mr. Tat.
Yeah. I don't think Nick's forgiven you for this
Not yet. But, so that is what we're going to do. Question: if I'm buying an RC boat, do I need boat insurance in case I hit a duck? Only if the duck's got good lawyers, Ryan. Question: why is the hour the limit? Ninja streams for 12 hours a day. I want more. If I was playing a video game, I would stream for longer, but I think when you're talking constantly about reselling and work,
and also,
work is like,
do you know what? I've got to go clean the house yet.
She's got to go clean the house.
I've got to go clean the house.
Yeah. So we will see you in our next video
next week.
Yeah, or we'll probably have videos. We'll probably have videos out before then.
You say that, but what happened this week?
Yeah. Well,
actually, it was Christmas.
Yeah,
and stuff, so we got an excuse.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Oh my God, she's now de-hairing. You're being ever so personal. On that note,
do you know what? Yeah. Do you know what? When you say stuff, right, you don't realise what you say, and then it gets picked up.
Vlog this week, Bex.
Yes, it should be out on my channel tomorrow evening.
Yes, Bex channel.
Yes, it should. the new vlog should be out.
Nick's just come in. What's up, peeps? Damn, Mr. We were just showing Mr. Tat off again.
Yeah. You know, our good friend Mr. Tat.
All right. We are going to call it a night now. We will see you guys in the next video.
Yes.
Thanks for watching, guys. Really do appreciate it. And now for the awkward bit where I look for the stop